Somebody's come along and done that there, and then they moved all those rocks and come down here. You know, each to their own, but oh look, see, someone's had another go at it. I think what's gone on there with that there is because it hasn't been cleaned out. It's just sodden and they can't get the fire going. But each to their own. Yeah. So the DD pyramid tent. Yeah, it was used, but I bought it because I was going to, like I said, I was going to use it as a scouting tent. Put in my pocket and I could just, because it flies up. But I'm 6'4". I'm in, comfortably in. I can sit up and I can cook in there. I've been brewing up on that inside there, so you can do it. But with the inner tent in, I think you lose about 4 inches or something like that, or 2 inches. So anything over 6 foot, I would say 6 foot's the maximum with the inner tent. 6'2" maximum to be comfortable without it. But I'm not a tent person at all. Never was. And because it rained off and on last night, I had the doors shut all night long. Here's something else I've noticed now about being zipped up in a tent. You miss an awful lot. Do you know what I mean? You miss. I like being that open and you can just, not out of paranoia, like you miss, but you know, if you hear something like you can have a look or see. Out there. But I would miss that. You know what I mean? I would miss that bird flying past because I was zipped up. So yeah, it's not for me. Tent's on for me. They've got a place in the winter, but nah. Go back to me bashes. I thought I saw a kingfisher. I don't think it was a kingfisher. Thinking about it now, I think is it a wagtail? Because I just saw it out the corner of my eye. There had a bit of colour to it, but it wasn't blue. I don't even know if you get kingfishers up this far. I don't know if they're a southern bird or not, I can't remember. They should do alright, called kingfishers. I think they're indigenous, aren't they? I can see it, beautiful up there. In the Scots mist, constantly moving in that direction. And there's me there's my little tent. And hang on, I'm just turning you around. So, that's my opinion. It goes up, it flies up, man. Absolutely flies up. And you don't have to have it pitch perfect for it to stand up, because it's one of those pyramid, triangle type things, you know what I mean? Flies up. And I always thought that you could just crawl, you wouldn't even have to set that up, you could just crawl in it, you know what I mean? Sit on your Bergen, wrap that over the top of you. You know what I mean? You could probably set that up inside it and all. So that was another reason why I got it. But it doesn't weigh anything. I got a pair of socks in my pocket way heavier than that. That's a fact. I reckon somebody's died a sleeping bag or something in there. Right? Or maybe it was even that sheep if it was left down here and the dogs come along and had it. Look. Not looking too happy now, is he? No. In there, I'll show you just quickly, because the water levels dropped considering, you know, the floor's a lot less, and it's always broke o'clock when I'm around. I've got to shout a bit, but just down there Not much, but an inch. I could get my soil water bottle easy in there. Now I'm scraping along the bottom. I'm gonna reach over and get that. There's a little shallow there. I had a nice night though, comfortable night. I had a comfortable night. Maybe should have brought 2 wool blankets out, but I wasn't cold. Not like when I've been up in there and that got really cold. Been a bit of activity around here. Look at that. Class, innit? Yeah. I'm going back with more stuff than I bring. I tell you, man, every time I come up, I pick stuff up. And what I can manage, I'll take back with me, you know what I mean? Don't even drink pop. But yeah. Motorcyclist is just coming along now, I think, or a car. Going off to work. Half past 7's about right. Although we look out right in the middle of nowhere. From Woohoo's traffic permitting, I can get you in about half an hour. Half an hour, middle of nowhere, you know. Like I said, I won't be able to come back here that often. That's why I came back. I quite like it up here. I like the brook, you know what I mean? The burn there. I like the trees. I'm going to get back up there again. I'll get back up over here sometime. I'm doing this by my hand, so I can't see what's going on. Just give it a sensible video. Yep, so if you're thinking about the DD pyramid tent, don't go for what I'm saying. This is just purely what I think. It's got pros and cons. There's no way would I take that out on a tour, on a week-long bash, on a week-long trip. No way. No way. Not as my main shelter. That's just because I'm 6'4". But if you're average height, I'm telling you what, you'll not go wrong with one of them. You wouldn't go wrong with one of them at all. But the tent I actually want is the basher tent type thing. I can't remember what it's called now. But I've been looking at that for over a year. It takes me a long time to make my mind up. Because I've got tarps and bashers and, you know, no end of it. I've got 2 tents as it happens. I've got that cheap one I was out the other day in. And I bought one about 5 years ago. I don't even think I've had it up. I can see steam, so we'll go back to the you see the steam coming off there? So we'll go back to the top tent or whatever it is. Yeah, I'd get one but I've got one, so, but it's perfect for what I want it for. Perfect. Oh, give me needle and pad. Hey, change my grip. Coffee number 4, I think. Get that now, if you don't mind. Yeah, so nice night. Again, spur of the moment thing, just because it came yesterday, that came yesterday. And I thought, I'm going out to play in that. I've got my name down for one of them other ones, so I don't know how long that'll take to come, but I'll have to save up again now, because I wasn't intending on getting that, and I got a couple of other things. I bought one pole and that, you know what I mean, because one of the other poles was gone. 12 quid for one pole. I don't know if that's good or not. And it doesn't bother me that it's DD. You know what I mean? I'm not into makes and stuff like that, but quietly impressed with that, you know. Seriously, quietly impressed. But I've when did I start? I've been doing this all my life, right? I was in the Cubs and the Scouts and stuff like that, and the Friendship Scout, you know, usual things later on. The tents were canvas. Don't know if you can remember. 2-man tent. Was it a 2-man tent and 2 people carried it? Come in 2 parts. Like 2 duffel bags. But even as a youngster I used to like sleeping out open. And I can't wait for the weather to crack, because like I say, you get a jungle hammock, one of those ones with a mesh on. If you get a waterproof one, even better, because that's can use your ground sheet, right? But you just stick your 2 poles up, man. Stick your hammock up on the ground. Give it the large all night long. I love it. If it comes in, you know what I mean. You just roll. You just tuck yourself up again, don't you? And the thing about the DD hammock bivvy thing, it's got an envelope, and they're not breathable, but they're waterproof. So if you were like that and you didn't have a tarp over the top of you, bash over the top of you, if it did come on top too much, slip out the net, and then between the hammock, in between the thing and you just wrap up until it. Job's a good one. I think for bad weather, the bigger your basher, the bigger your tarp, the better. The more coverage you get, the better. Yes, tarp, it is quick and dirty that, and you've got to make sure that you've got a half decent bivvy bag on. You know what I mean? But the 3x3, man, like I say, it's 3x3. I can do things all that. I can do all the shelters and all that. You know what I mean? I generally set my tarp up dead basic, mind you. My bashers always sort of at kneeling height, and you know, tend to be the same way. But I do the plough quite often if I can get up against a tree and that. But I like the openness. I like being out open in the field. That Miltech bivvy bag, right? Thinking about it now, that may have been a harsh test for something that isn't designed to be an out and out. I don't know. So what I'm thinking about using that for is, what I was actually thinking about using it is a lying up thing, like a drag bag, and then I could get inside that and just sit and up, but I've got no reason to do that anymore. And then I was thinking, what was I thinking? I thought that could be good for something. Oh yeah, in that. It could be good in that. Because you don't need a completely waterproof thing, that's just enough to